China's tariffs have deliberately targeted industries in states that supported Trump. That means farmers. In 2017, the second biggest market for their agricultural products was China. Since then, it's been buying 60% less, crushing prices for crops like soybeans. Farmers were already dealing with historic flooding and extreme heat. Last week, they got more bad news. China was canceling all purchases of American agricultural products over more tough talk from Trump. His administration has tried to soften their pain by doling out almost $25 billion in subsidies. Even so, many are struggling. Farmers in Iowa were happy to talk with us about business and how the trade wars hurt them. But they weren't quite ready to drop their support for Trump.
We have the richest soil really in the world here in Iowa, and usually the weather is good so that we can grow really good corn and soybean crops.
There's definitely a lot more that goes into corn and soybeans than what you would think. There's a lot of planning that goes into it. You've got to understand all of the inputs that you need. At the beginning of the year, you have to negotiate contracts and whatnot for land. You have to understand all these new seeds and whatnot, new hybrids, new varieties of seed. Everything's changing all the time.
We were able to produce on the average of about 215 bushel per acre yields was our production history last year for 2018. Cost of production is different pretty much for every farmer.
This year it cost me on my farm about $560 to put in an acre of corn. So I need to have something more than $560 per acre if I'm going to make money.
Most of the corn that's grown in this area is going into an ethanol facility. A lot of the soybeans are going onto the river, down to the Gulf of Mexico, loaded up on barges and bigger vessels, and a lot of those are going into Eastern Asian markets like China.
The United States farmers always grow more than we can use domestically. So export markets are very important to farmers. That's kind of what I would call the gravy. That's the extra that we get. If we can't use it here, we'd like to sell it to somebody else and get rid of it, and then prices go up and we can make a little more money.
We have to understand where is the market going to be a year and a half out, and we have to be making our decisions based on that.
Well, tariffs are, I think, in the world of agriculture, something that most farmers don't look to in a positive light. And I've been farming here 4.5 decades to realize, and I've functioned through some scenarios where they used food as the go-between in the tariff conversation. Unfortunately, I think when you talk tariffs, we need to look at the bigger picture.
So what we've seen is even looking at tariffs for metal and steel, that's impacting the price of farm equipment. It's impacting the price of grain bins like behind me. So some of those big infrastructure and big capital investments, the tariffs are impacting that too. So it's hurting us on the price of what we're buying to farm and the amount of revenue that we're able to make on our crop also.
I don't like tariffs. They distort the market. And you can take your product that would normally be reasonably priced and you've just overpriced it, so nobody wants to buy it.
China choosing to go to South America or buy more out of Ukraine is definitely one of the biggest issues, biggest scares that we can have. We've been a super long-term ally for a long time. We need to do all that we can to make sure that we protect that.
I'll use an example. About 15 months ago, an Iowa farmer could sell soybeans at his local elevator for around $10 a bushel. Today, you can sell those same soybeans for around $7.75 a bushel. So that's a reduction of $2.25 a bushel. We're selling beans below our cost of production.
In the essence of doing the right things, I think our goal is to stand behind our president, whether we agree with him or not, and move forward as a solidarity scenario.
I don't know if there's a breaking point. I am feeling a little bit worn out. I don't care for the tweets. I don't care. Go do business and don't tell people about it all the time on a tweet. This trade dispute, especially with China, has been going on for over a year. And to me, I'm running out of patience. I wish it was taken care of.
I think we definitely need to be able to get some deals worked out with China, with Canada and Mexico and whatnot. And we'll continue to play political games and whatnot to be able to get there. I think those things will hold off in the end, and I hope that as Americans, we can hold off longer than the Chinese can in some of those battles.
A sustainable trade deal would be to let's do away with the tariffs. Let's have free trade. We'll sell you what you need and we'll buy from you what we need. And do away with the tariffs. Let the market take care of it.